The Daniel Blair Show, sponsored by Motosport.com, Mika Metals, Race Tech, ASV Inventions, and Guts Racing.
So many storylines heading into Tampa, but there can only be one lead story, and it's Jett Lawrence. Well, that sucks. This sport really makes no sense sometimes to think that a little dab on a straightaway can take out the defending champ. The kid who's come across a little alien the past few years is pretty unexplainable. The sport can be really unfair, really confusing, and most importantly, it can change course in a snap, and it just did. I hate to point this out, but I have to. Perfect season outdoors to rookie Supercross champ, to crashing out of Hangtown, giving up the #1 plate to Chase Sexton, to tearing an ACL on a straightaway and giving up the #1 plate to, we'll see. For a guy who seemed invincible for so long, it's starting to feel different. Between the public and now legal drama with the manager, another year missing at least one championship, we'll see about summer 2025. But for a kid who could do no wrong, there's a lot of wrong to clean up before he gets back. While therapy should keep him busy, he's also really young, with a lot of money. And after a couple high-pressure years at the top, wouldn't hurt to give the kid a breather. Let him play, let him be rich, let him live it up. But oh wow, that's a gamble. That could derail the train. But he probably needs it a little. This will be the toughest challenge the Lawrences have ever faced, in my opinion, and the next 4 months will most likely dictate the next 4 years, and everyone is affected. We've never really had someone like Jett, and with him now not on the gate, everything changes dramatically. Eli Tomac and Chase Sexton have had their odds of winning the championship double since Glendale, while for Cooper Webb and Ken Roczen, the odds have quadrupled. Or to be honest, they actually have odds now. Sorry. They had no chance with Jett on the gate. I'll get to that in a second. But for Eli and Chase, it's 2022 Pro Motocross all over again, boys. Except this time Eli is older, which is a bad thing. Chase is older, which is a good thing. And without Freak Show on the gate, the constant push for more speed won't be there. Not that these two won't push the limits, but the limits were being set by Jett. And if he ain't there, the edge will come down a bit. Things will be more about racing and the craft, and less about, oh my God, how does he do that? This plays into Eli's hands perfectly, and the decision to come back looks really smart now. Imagine him on the couch today, retired, feet up, chilling, weighing in at over 200 like RC, Stu, and RV did after they hung it up. He sees Jett go out from a dab, and he fires a beer bottle straight through his TV screen. Damn it! I should have come back. Well, he did, and now in hindsight, it was an incredible decision with some foresight. I mean, Mr. Perfect can't be Mr. Perfect forever, right? But Eli has a weakness too. The random nights of mediocrity, the random bad starts, the random my bike don't feel good, those can't happen with Jett. But a couple silly nights is okay with nobody on the gate that can win 10 races. He can beat Chase that way. Chase is good for a random night off too, or a weird flip. And in reality, if both are beasting, Eli's a better beast. But the battles between these two have been epic, will be epic, and odds today say that Chase will either get his second or Eli will get his third in May. And Cooper Webb just threw up in his mouth. Sorry, dude, but when you add up all the variables, you are number 3 in the hierarchy, only a smidge below the 2, but it is the truth. Cooper will always Glendale us and shut everyone up when we think he's out or think he isn't capable of something. That's what we saw Saturday night in Main 1. A big ol' shut the kids are watching. It will take more than moments of brilliance to beat Chase and Eli, but he does have a clean shot at this thing, and as good as Sexton and Tomac are, he's mentally tougher than them. He's grittier and angrier, and when you add up all those mental traits needed to be a champ, he has more than everyone. It's the truth. Who has done more with little than Webb? While the Goliaths out there can outpower him in ways, he smokes them in the mind, and there is nobody in the field who will benefit more from Jett's departure than Coop. He wasn't beating Jett for 17. Sorry, but he can beat Eli and Chase for 17. He survived January, only 10 down, headed east, and a fun month coming for number 2. And knowing Coop, he's not happy Jett's out. Probably makes him madder in some weird way. That's how dogs think, and there is no dog like Cooper Webb. Kenny has a shot. I know history says this and history says that, but who cares? This is dirt bike racing. We just saw the champ roll off the track. As easy as it is to doubt Kenny and think to years past, this is the year. Kenny can beat Chase. Kenny can beat Eli. Kenny can beat Coop. And he's done that many, many times in his career. But what he hasn't done is sustain this level deep into a season. To be fair, neither did Eli until he did. Neither did Coop until he did. So why the automatic no way for Kenny? I can't do that. Call it living half glass full, but I see a way for him to win this. A flip or two by Chase, a dud or two by Eli, and a straight-up rematch and duel with Cooper, and he's in this thing late. Although I put his chances behind the other three, I kind of want him to win over the other three. I mean, imagine the story from the arms to the dramatic title losses to the Suzuki with the Kickstarter. It would be the most unbelievable story to tell if he pulls it, and I want that. I'm Team 94 from here to Salt Lake City, and as a fan and as a storyteller, there would be no better feeling than watching that dude and his wife and kids stand up on the podium and finally hold the one. Big Bro Hunter will elevate in Jett's absence. He's proved that he can carry the torch when needed. He won both 250 titles when Jett left, rode the summer of his life in 2024 with Jett on the sidelines, and the dude has the temperament to understand the moment. It's his load to carry now. The bike is coming around, the speed is getting closer, and his odds of winning his first Supercross just went up big time. While his best buddy Jason Anderson just got a little gift too. I don't believe Hombre was going to get a win this season with Jett on the gate. Now? Yeah, I could see one, or maybe two. I'm guessing a win automatically activates his 2026 contract with Cowie. Probably adds a little cheddar to it too. And for the 2018 champ, who has beat all these dudes many times before, the motivation and belief to do it should be bursting at the seams. He is the one guy everyone forgets about, and I believe a couple reminders are coming our way over the next couple of months. So who's your pick? Who you got? What happens next? The sport proved again this past Saturday that you can never be too sure of something in Supercross, the sport where anything can happen, and it usually does. I'm about to offend some people, and that's not my fault, okay? It's 250 East time, and when you see this finished list, you will understand that this is not fair, okay? Don't be mad at me if I don't have you in the top 5 fast 6 through 10 guys, because look at the list. Anyways, it's incredible. 8 of the top 10 riders that I have in my list have won main events. That's pretty insane. And I actually have Chance Hymas off my top 10 because I don't think he should be racing. That's my opinion. I think he's walking into a trap. He's too good outdoors to walk into the snake pit that is East Coast Supercross. Not ready, and whatever. I think he should skip it. That's all. Here we go. This is my top 10. And again, I am sorry. Please don't be mad at me. You'll understand when the list is finished. And I'm going to start with Cameron McAdoo in 10th, which is insane. But let me ask a question. Is he healthy? Is he healthy? Has anyone asked? Is he healthy? Dax Bennick, I have him in 9th, which is hard for me to get those words out of my mouth because I love Dax. But dude, you and Pierce Brown are the only two in my top 10 who have not won a main event yet. The field is deep, and I need to see you come out and slap before I can do anything better than 9th. But I will say this, Bobby, you blew it. You should have put Dax on the West with Cole and had Bozeman over in the snake pit, but oops. Seth Hamaker in 8th. What? I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's been a little unstable. He's great. I like him, but it's been uncertain. And if you're uncertain in the 250 East, you're going 8th. Sorry. Nate Thrasher 7th, and this one might bite me. And in fact, I hope it does, because 2 years ago, he was taking Hunter to the ropes on the 250 East Championship. He almost won Tampa, so if he wins the opening round, I won't be shocked. The guy comes in kind of underrated all the time, but he is good on the East, not very good on the West, and putting him 7th feels criminal, and I feel like this one might end up biting me. But I have him one spot behind Pierce Brown, who is AKA Nate Thrasher 2.0. I don't know why he was signed by Star. He's the same person as Nate Thrasher. They're like cousins, but I just can't get on board for some reason because this leopard hasn't changed his spots in years, and until he does, I can't put him into the top 5. Speed is flash, winning is substance, and at this point, it's been all flash, no substance. Tom Vial is 5th. The defending champ is 5th, and that is bad, but he drew a terrible hand. Are you kidding me? Look at this lineup. Look at the top 5 and explain to me anyone that's ever had it this bad, ever. This is the worst title defense roster lineup I've ever seen in my life, and Tom's getting 5th. RJ Hampshire also defending a championship, just not this one. He goes 4th. I think the West Coast tracks were helping him. I think the East tracks won't be as forgiving, and I think we're going to see a dude all the way in every lap of every moto, but unfortunately, the top 3, I think, are a little bit better, a little more put together at the moment, and I put him 4th. Levi Kitchen is 3rd. Everyone's buying in, and I don't know, man. I don't think that bike is all the way there yet. It's a new bike, new year. I don't think it's got it all the way together, and I have him 3rd. And my DB, you are a crackhead pick for the title. I'm not kidding. I'm going to flip a coin. Can't pick. 50-50. Austin Faulkner wins the title over Max Anstey. All right, Austin's going to win this thing. Anstie is Craig 2.0. Same type of signing. Remember, Christian lost to Colt Nichols the first year. Same story here. He loses to Austin Faulkner, who is the best 250 rider in the sport's history to not win it, and it's been for a lot of weird voodoo BS reasons. And you all can think I'm crazy. I am, which is why I get more things right than wrong. But that's my pick. That's my hope. Like Kenny, it would be the best storyline in the sport. But if he wins, protest him and see if Elon implanted Neuralink in his head. When will the AMA deal with that likely issue in the coming years? Because if you think about the big boars, the HGH, and the Adderall, you think that's cheating? Wait until a racer has a computer for a brain. Austin, show us the scans. And good luck, buddy. You deserve this more than anyone. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching the show. If you liked it, press the like button. And if you want to subscribe, then press the subscribe button. Share it with your friends, with your family, and grandma. Make sure you send it to grandma. Grandmas love everything Main Event Moto does. All you Moto heads out there, we are still rocking and rolling at Main Event Moto. You can go to patreon.com/Main Event Moto. We do 2 shows a week now /Main Event Moto, and we will catch you on the next show.